If you want to try and get shredded, watch, because a lot of people fall for this big trap, and that's not taking diet breaks. When it comes to taking diet breaks, it means when you've been putting yourself through a deficit for, let's say, about 3 months' time, it's ideal if you stop where you are rather than continuing to keep going on the deficit and decide to take a diet break by going back to maintenance calories. So if you went aggressive, for example, where you were subtracting 1,000 calories, which I don't recommend, that means adding back 1,000 calories. Now, when it comes to adding back the calories, I like you to ideally add back the carbohydrates. Don't add proteins or fats, because when people are cutting, a lot of people are likely going excessive on their proteins or going all the way at least up to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, because when you're cutting, you're on a deficit, you're cutting out the carbohydrates mainly. So I don't want you to add more proteins or more fats because you're not helping yourself. I want you to add carbohydrates when you're doing refeeds or when you're doing a whole month of refeeding, because carbohydrates not only improve your energy, but they also have anti-catabolic effects. They lower down your cortisol, but they also increase insulin. Now, insulin's demonized quite a lot of the times, but insulin can actually have anti-catabolic effects and can actually be a good perk, especially if you're someone who's been putting yourself through deficit for a while. One thing I didn't get to say in that video is make sure the main things that you're increasing when you're increasing the calories on the diet break is the carbohydrates. Don't increase anything else. In fact, sometimes you may get away with reducing your protein just a teeny tiny bit if you are increasing your protein quite a bit during your deficit. Decrease it just a little bit just to get extra carbs in the room just for that time being. And that way, by the end of the refeed break, you'll feel a lot more refreshed and you'll feel like you're more ready to go and resume the deficit, this time in a less catabolic state or even anabolic, and you'll lose fat more effectively. If you found this video useful, make sure you drop the follow.